I got into surveying by being a math teacher and using story maps in my classes, and I'm an avid outdoorsman, and so I use maps in general a lot, contour maps especially, USGS maps, and so that definitely affected how I viewed surveying and how I kind of delved into mapping more in general, which is why I'm also into kind of the GIS aspect of it. I think surveying is really the application of design to reality, and really getting the real live land points for some sort of design or some sort of information that an engineer would need or a planner would need, whether that's some sort of land manager or maybe a design engineer or engineer for some sort of project. So I think surveying in general brings plans to reality. I think that's the key. I think creativity is the most important part. Being able to think of problems creatively in terms of applying some trigonometric knowledge or math knowledge, but really I think the math knowledge is almost secondary when it comes to being able to apply angles and points and things like that, and also just how to solve the problem of how to get correct surface measurements and things like that. It's more creative than anything. There is a large demand for surveying in New Mexico, at least, and I think across the country, and I think it's a growing job field in a way, because there's a lot of development and redevelopment that's happening, especially now that the economy is good in these kind of second decade of the 2000s. And so I think that there's a lot of options, and there's also a lot of subcategories within the field in terms of monitoring surveys and different working specifically with different industries, drones and things like that. I think that what surveyors might find interesting in our study is the comparison of errors with the drone imagery information compared to the total station GPS information, and how those really shared the same errors. And really the drone information was not, I think it was 0.23 feet was the mean error, which proved out to be the average of our GPS points. So it was, we were surprised with the accuracy of the drone imagery and it being processed. We use Pix4D, and I think other software as well as it can be as accurate depending on how the control points are put in. So that was pretty interesting. I think surveyors in general would appreciate to see more about that, the comparison.
Thank you.